Hello, and welcome to this noob tutorial on Crusader Kings III, a game that I've been wanting to play and wanting to get good at ever since ever since I heard that there was such a thing as grand strategy and such a thing as Crusader Kings, because this game is awesome. So we understand, and now it's going to talk about other characters and interactions which we can have. So let's open the character view and right click on our heir's character portrait to see the interactions available. So this should be our heir, right? Oh, okay, this is our heir. Alright, so maybe, if we have multiple children, it's going to choose an heir, I guess. Alright, so this is our heir. So let's click on him. His name is Brian McMurchard. Brian. He's an irrational lackey. What does that mean? So let's get a feel of who Brian is. Brian is arrogant. Okay. A prince of a petty king. Arrogant. Sure, I get it. Which means that the opinion of the liege, which is our boss, is bad, and the opinion of our vassals, our employees, is bad as well. Humble characters also don't like him. Okay. He's generous though. So he's arrogant, but then he gives. So he's like, yeah, I am the big dog, but here, take some change. Probably a very generous tipper. So he's generous, that gives us 3 diplomacy, and he's impatient as well, like father, like son, I guess. He is also a tough soldier, which gives him 4 martial. So obviously his martial is high, his diplomacy is high too, because he's generous, he's diplomatic, I guess, but he's arrogant. So does arrogant not bring down diplomacy? I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Some people like arrogant people. So stewardship is poor, but what is this? Holy site Rome +1. Has he visited Rome? Maybe he has, who knows. And his intrigue is terrible. He's going to be bad at plotting stuff, and he has poor learning as well, because he's impatient, just like his father. He has 2 claims on the petty kingdom of Munster, because he's the heir, I guess. He has a claim on it, and the earldom of Thomond. Right, this is his parent, this is his grandparent, Donchard MacBrien was insular Irish, but he is Catholic Irish. Right click on your heir's character portrait to see the interactions available. So if we right click, okay. So we can arrange marriage, find a spouse, sway him, which is a scheme, send gift, educate child. There's more. What is the more? Seduce, we can seduce our son. That seems like it would be possible in the 1066s, but who knows. Asked to take vows. What vows are those? Maybe vows of loyalty? I don't know. We can imprison him, we can murder him, and we have other interactions here as well. We can disinherit him, denounce him, and request an excommunication. We can grant him titles, and we can appoint him as court physician. I don't think we're going to do that. He's terrible at learning, so he's going to suck at being a physician of anything. So what does the game want us to do? Send a gift. So his opinion is 74. So if I send a gift, I'll probably get more opinion. So that's 50. I think we're going to take from the treasury, because our treasury is the same thing as the kingdom's treasury. So let's send him a gift, and voila, it goes up by 10. So received gift plus 10, it's going to go down by 1.2 per year. Makes sense. I mean, the longer it is after you receive a gift, the lesser you like the person who's given you the gift, right? So I understand. So playing a family. So this is chapter 7, Dynasty. Let's talk about your dynasty. As the game goes on, unless your character meets with an untimely accident or terrible disease, they will grow old and eventually die. Story doesn't end there. It's only game over if you do not have an heir of your own dynasty. Excuse me for the cough. So I guess what this means is, even if we don't have land holdings, as long as we have a dynasty, I'm going to call it dynasty. Alright, let's make our peace with it. As long as you have your own dynasty going forward, even if you don't have land or titles associated with it, I guess we'll be alive. I don't know. The game's not making it clear. It's just telling us that we need a dynasty to survive. As long as you have heirs of your dynasty, your legacy will live on. When your character dies, you simply start playing a new one, the player heir. Depending on the type of succession your realm has, this is likely to be one of your children. Perhaps one that you groomed into the role of ruler. So I guess if we click on this, we can see the dynasty. So this is House Brian. Oh, we can rename the house. That's sweet. I didn't know that. Hound falls before the sword. Is this like the sigil or motto? What do they call it in Game of Thrones? I think it's one of that. Hound falls before the sword, but then there are 3 lions here. So I don't know. Okay, so it's telling us to click on this, but I cannot click on this. So let's go next. Succession laws determine how all titles and resources are divided between the heirs when a character dies. You currently only have one heir, but let's take a look at it anyway. Open the realm view on the right side of the screen. What is the realm? Duchy, kingdom, realm view. Is that it? I think so. Well, that's not it. On the right side of the screen, oh, it's this one. Okay. This one is the realm view. Inspect the succession tab. Okay, so we have domain, vassals, and succession. So in succession, it says succession laws, confederate partition. The tooltips make this game infinitely easier because it was so difficult to understand CK2 because there was so many things that you had to go through and so many things which you had to understand. Anyway, confederate partition means all children inherit equally. Direct vassal's opinion is +5 because of this. House opinion is +5. Eligible child opinion, Doi, is +10. New titles may be created for younger heirs. Alright, that's good. Then we have gender law, male preference. This is the thing. I never understood what agnatic, cognatic was. I had to watch so many tutorials to try and understand it, and I still don't remember it. But I guess it means there is a male preference. So men take precedence over women in succession law. Male rulers can have concubines or multiple spouses if their faith has the consorts and concubines or polygamous doctrine. That sounds. I don't think Catholicism has polygamous anything. So, okay. So let's close this. Let's close you, and let's say what is this? It's the gift we sent. Okay. Right click to hide it. I understand. Marriage. To ensure the future of your dynasty, you need family members. It helps if you are married, but we cannot promise that you will marry for love. That's good. Makes sense. For unmarried characters in your domain, you can set up marriages or betrothals by right-clicking the character and choosing find spouse or arrange marriage. So let's find a spouse for ourselves. Choosing finding spouse opens a list of potential spouses. They hail from courts all over the world. Choosing arranged marriage can also opens a list of potential spouses, but only with people from the court of the character you clicked. Okay. So find spouse is always better than choose marriage, I guess. Okay. Matchmaking between your courtiers or for setting up a specific marriage alliance. For now, find spouse is more relevant for our purposes. Okay. Sure. There are many factors to consider, obviously, when considering a spouse. To help you out, there is a filter available for sorting. Among things to consider are alliances, skills, personality traits, expected fertility, and more. Some traits are congenital, meaning they might be inherited by your children. Perhaps someone with a trait like that is a good place to start, as long as it's positive. So it said that we need alliance, marriage prestige. I need that. Okay. So let's see what we have. I'm not supposed to choose anybody, right? Okay, next. When you selected 2 people for your marriage, you are presented with details of a union. Okay, so which means I have to select a spouse. So let's look at all the different spouses available for us. We have Hunyad Fash Bledine Matrafal, who's Welsh. Okay, so we are Irish, right? So are there any Irish people? There are Czech people, Occitan, Franconian, French, Occitan, Welsh. There's a lot of Welsh. Dutch. Okay. Whoa, some of these are really young. This Sophie von Weimar. is 0 years old and she's already temperate. What is happening here? Is she like just conceived? I don't know. Okay, so how old are we? We are 39, so we obviously can't go too young. I don't think that is an issue though. She is shy. Beatriz de Poitou is generous and arrogant, but she's shy, generous, and arrogant. Okay, I don't know if shy is positive or negative. Gualdes Fiat Rivolen Matrafal is brave, ambitious, and chaste. Does chaste reduce fertility? Oh yeah, there it is. It reduces fertility. We don't want that. We want somebody who can make babies for us. We have an heir, but what if he dies in battle? Diligent, impatient, paranoid. No, thanks, pass. Cynical, paranoid, vengeful. No. Craven, trusting, and shy. Craven is kind of like scared of things, but it's not scared. Gregarious, honest, and wrathful. Oh, wrathful and wrathful. That could be a good combination. She's Welsh too. She is calm, trusting, and generous. Okay. I like Constance. I think Constance makes a lot of sense. Because all three of her traits are positive traits. So let's get Constance. Children of this marriage will be born into our family. I think we can choose, yeah, we can go for matrilineal and they'll take the last name of Constance. Maybe that is a way for us to, but that gets rid of our family, right? So I don't know why you would use it. Maybe if you had a daughter, you would choose that. Chance of children is medium. Okay, it's medium, so it's not like the highest. Who's this dude? He's her father, I think. Probably her father or her brother. We are not going to go into that. We are going to send the proposal. And the king has already agreed. Greetings, petty King Moshad of Munster. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my daughter Constance in holy matrimony. May God grant you a long life. May God grant you long life and many children. Isn't it a long life? Is there no article there? We're not here to discuss that. We're just here to say, excellent. Let's get married. Alright. For this tutorial, we recommend that you find, okay, for your son as well. So let's go to the heir and let's right click, find a spouse for him. And let's do pretty much the same thing. We want alliance and we want marriage proposal, marriage prestige to gain. So again, we have some of the same people. So this one was okay. She was a little wrathful. He's not wrathful though. He's arrogant. So that might not be a good match. This girl is arrogant. She's content and she's craven. I think somebody a little bit younger would be okay for him. Because he's not going to take the throne anytime soon, right? I'm like, what? How old am I? I'm 18 years old. No, this is my son. Sorry. I'm 39 years old. So I'm not going to die for at least the next 10 years. So let's see if we can get somebody who is good. Young is fine. I don't think age is actually a very big factor here. Generous, humble and calm. She's Czech. But she is good. So she's 10. So when do they come of age? I think when they're 16, right? So we could go for her, but I would prefer somebody who's Welsh. You know, because this is an alliance. So if she's closer, it might be better. We have some Scots here, but they're all babies. Cisalpine. I don't know. Makes me think somewhere from the Alps. She's calm, chaste, and fickle. Cornish, Dutch, Cornish. I don't know where Cornish is. So, yeah, there's a bunch of them, but none that we are interested in. Generous, honest, and wrathful. I think maybe we should go with Fetch. Because we are a small kingdom, it might be helpful for us to have allies nearby. So let's just go ahead and accept this. Gladly accept the marriage proposal. Excellent. I understand this now. So that's how we set up marriages. Dynasty and houses. Titles. Family is important. The player heir will always come from your dynasty and most often from your house. In the future, it won't hurt to keep an eye on your family and their line of succession depending on their succession laws. You might end up inheriting titles along with land and vassals from your relatives. So I guess this is why we need to go matrilineal when it comes to marrying our daughters off. Not everyone in your dynasty will be landowners, but every plot of land on the map has an owner. Sometimes the owner is you, sometimes it's one of your vassals, sometimes it's another realm entirely, many of whom also have or are vassals. Most titles are structured together in a pyramid-like fashion using the title tier county. Okay, county is the smallest. Then you have duchy, then you have kingdom, then you have empire. Every tier belongs to a title one rank up the chain. Every county is technically part of a duchy, every duchy is technically part of a kingdom, every kingdom is technically part of an empire. Alright, makes sense. We say technically because as Crusader Kings lets you play with history, there is no way to guarantee that a king is actually in charge of all the titles that his kingdom is supposed to contain within its borders. We call this title hierarchy de jure. So this is de jure. De jure actually means by law. I think in France, oh yeah, there it is, it's by law. The holder of such a higher level title always has a casus belli to seize control of its de jure constituent titles. So the king basically can come down and take over the duchy if he wants. Okay, change the duchy titles map mode, return to realm map mode. So this is duchy title map mode. So okay, so this, wait, the whole of Munster is a duchy. This is the realm of Munster, but this is the duchy of Munster, which basically means that we have a claim on Desmond. We should technically have a claim on Desmond. So if you go to the edge of the map, it scrolls, and that's why that's happening. So it's not because of an error or anything. Yeah. The de jure title of Munster consists of 3 counties. Their names should be visible on the map. Thomond held by you, Desmond held by a neighboring ruler, and Ormond held by your vassal. These counties are made up of smaller pieces of land called baronies. It's on this level we find your holdings. So we have counties and then we have baronies, I guess. I don't know. Let's just say we are the second level ruler. So first level is this small part. First level is this part, and then second, I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now, I guess. Holdings provide different levels of taxes and levies, as well as buildings that you can construct and upgrade depending upon your holding type. Okay, so taxes is basically money. Levies is how many people you can recruit for the army, I guess. So we can get 765 people from Loimnich, and we can get the rest from here. 202 soldiers from Ormond. So Thomond gives us 765 and Ormond gives us 200, whatever the number was. Click on the capital holding, which is this. So let's click on that. Okay. Holdings provide different levels of, click on the capital holding and order construction of a building. We need to order construction of a building. So these are buildings here. Okay. So do we construct one of these buildings itself? We can upgrade them, I guess, but it says order construction. So let's go here and see if we can construct something. Yes, military academies, marches, siege works, royal armories, jousting grounds, blacksmiths. Each of this gives us something, some advantage. Let's go for tax office. Yes, indeed. So it takes us 5 years. Well done. It will take some time for the building to be ready though. Lumnich wasn't built in a day. Of course it wasn't. Next. Every holding provides taxes to their holder. If that holder is a vassal, they will also pay taxes to their liege. Taxes provide your main income of gold. So this is tax. This is tax only for Thomond. This is tax for Ormond. So 1.82. Is that bad? I don't know. We seem to have 672 gold, which is good. Vassals. As a ruler, you are likely to be liege of at least one vassal. These are rulers within your realm who have sworn fealty to you. Okay, so let's open the realm view. We have 2 vassals. We have Earl Ragnvald Sigtryggsson of Ormond. That is a very Viking name, my friend. So I guess he's the one who's sitting here. He's a pretty powerful vassal. And then we have Mayor Dolgus of Innis. Where is Innis? Innis. So there's a mayor sitting here. He is my steward. Oh, he's my chancellor and he's my steward. I think they'll talk about that when we come to the council. So anyway, moving on. Here is a list of your current vassals. At the top of the list is the ruler of Ormond, whose land you can see on the map. This is an earldom, a county tier title inside your realm. It's worthwhile keeping your vassals happy. This keeps them out of schemes and factions against you. No matter how mighty a ruler your character is, if your realm unites against you, either to depose you through war or just murder you while you sleep, your reign is bound to be cut short. So we need to keep them happy. Who do we make happy? There is a limit on how many vassals we can have. So we can have up to 20 vassals right now. You can comfortably be in charge of before your realm becomes unwieldy. Going beyond this vassal limit affects taxes and levies provided to you. This doesn't matter for the tutorial, but when you start to build your own kingdom, be mindful of growing too fast. I don't think we have a fear of that actually. Realm and domain. Your realm is the complete body of land and titles that you own, including the areas held by your vassals. Right now for you, this means the counties called earldoms due to their Irish culture of Thomond and Ormond. When domain is used, we are instead referring to land that you own personally. So domain means our land and realm means land along with that of the vassals. Seems simple enough. Just hope that we remember it. Note that there is a limit on how much land you can hold personally before you start incurring penalties. The domain limit. Where is the domain limit? Domain limit determines, yes, okay. So where is it? Where do I see it? I don't know where to see it. Is it here in our realm? We have vassal limit here. What is my domain limit though? Oh, it's here. Okay. 1 of 5 holding. So we just have 1 of 5 holding. So we can hold up to 5 of this and we can have 20 different vassals. So at this point actually we have enough space to control all of Ireland. Maybe that's what we should go for. While we ponder that, let's put a quick cut in this video and come back real quickly to see what else we can learn from this game. As always, do like and share if you like the content that I'm putting out. If you don't, please feel free to comment. Take care now. Bye bye then.